Hello, my name is Cassie Dallins Torres, and in this presentation, I will be discussing the disability of autism spectrum disorder and dismantling stereotypes around this disability. In the movie Temple Grandin, um, we get to know the real life story of Temple and how her disability impacted her life, as well as how her exceptionality really helped her share her gifts with the world in regards to her research around the topic of humane treatment of animals, as well as her platform for autism awareness. So, autism spectrum disorder has a lengthy definition, and as you can see, it encompasses many characteristics. When thinking about how autism spectrum disorder was portrayed throughout the movie, through the eyes of Temple Grandin, you could see that um, at a very young age, she was diagnosed as having autism. Her mom brought her to the doctor because she was nonverbal until the age of 4. Once she did begin speaking, she spoke excessively. She used a loud tone. She repeated herself often. She had limited eye contact, and she definitely had difficulty engaging with age like peers. Um, some other examples throughout the movie in regards to her disability were stereotypical movements such as spinning, the resistance to change, such as not like not liking to be touched or hugged, transitioning to new places was very difficult for her. In regards to unusual responses, with sensory experiences, she craved pressure stimulation, so she didn't really like to be touched and hugged by others. So she created her own little machine to give her that sensation that her body needed. Um, when she was in college, she was at a cattle farm trying to figure out what her study was going to be. And during the tour of the cattle farm, she heard the cattle mooing quite loudly, and just that sensory input put her in distress. And she wanted to know why, more than anything, the cows were mooing so loudly, which triggered her. What we all know her for her animal research. And also, we got to see how she was afraid to walk through automatic doors, but eventually um, faced that fear and is able to walk through doors at any grocery store. In terms of how the media portrays people with autism spectrum disorder, I think this movie did a really great job of highlighting all the greatness this disability has and how people with autism spectrum disorder really do impact the world in profound ways and are very relatable. For instance, she goes to high school, like, she goes to high school, she has role models, she has interests, she goes on to go to college and and gets her PhD, and she really just absorbs herself with her life and her interests and her love for the sciences, and then as well as advocating for autism spectrum disorder and really helping out her community understand um, this disability a little bit more. Um, a little bit more about Temple is that she always knew that she was different and never really tried to shy away from that when meeting new people. So all throughout the movie, you could see her saying, I'm different, but I'm not less." And I really think that that's a beautiful portrayal of autism spectrum disorder and how she felt comfort in herself and let others know that about her. So when thinking about what this what autism means to me, I am a kindergarten educator, and for the past 4 years, I've had a child with autism in my class, and this year's no different. I have one student with, he was diagnosed as having autism at a very young age, um, and this year we had him tested for gifted and talented education. So now he has the twice exceptional. But this just makes me think of my role as his educator and how I need to really change the way I do things so that it meets his needs as a different learner. And you could see that he's the brightest kiddo in the class and just needs a little bit more. And it's up to me to find out what those interests are and really tailor my instruction to not only make sure he's meeting the the curriculum demands, but also to keep him engaged in loving school. So that's my takeaway from this project. And thank you very much.